Well, I'm back in Alaska from Las Vegas, and I brought some of the warm weather with me because it's been 60 to 70 degrees since I've been back, which has been fantastic. While in Las Vegas, I was not living under a rock, so I heard the news about PSA closing down the value service tiers. And this video is basically centered on 3 reasons why that just does not matter to a lot of us collectors. I'm going to get right into it. Number 1, timelines. So for people like me and some of my friends, the shutdown of this tier makes no difference because I'm not on any timeline. The types of cards that I've been sending in to get graded are of players that I don't really have to worry about timing. For example, my first order, I've got 2 orders at PSA and I have one that I'm just like, I don't know, it got to the group subber. Get this. So I sent a priority order on May 11th and it arrived to my group subber on like June 1st or June 2nd, one of the two. It's not the group subber's fault. Postal service though, I mean, come on, I sent it priority, like, come on. So I've got 2 at PSA and I'm not sure if that third one made it or not. That was right around the cutoff time there, right around June 2nd, so it may not have. But nevertheless, my existing orders that are at PSA contain cards like Kobe, Otani, there's a couple Sotos in there, stuff like that, Barry Sanders. So I don't need to have those back at a short time frame. So I'm really not worried about it. I do kind of feel bad for people who, for whom some run like true businesses based on grading. And basically they're in a situation now where the timelines do matter. But for me and a lot of other collectors, the timelines really don't. I'm not concerned about extreme volatility with Kobe or Otani. If the prices of their cards go up, in the meantime, great. If they go down, I really don't care. And so for that first reason, it doesn't matter to me that they're shutting it down for a while. And this is not an anti-PSA video. I have a lot of respect for PSA. I've had a couple issues with them in the past, but they actually had reached out to me. I made a video on it actually. And I gained a lot of respect for PSA, and I've been using them ever since. I never started a PSA boycott or anything like that. I think they're a good company, and I think their customer service is actually quite good. Reason 2 though. So I will show you in this video the types of things I've been buying lately. I'm very transparent. It's not a secret. So I'll show you what I'm buying. A lot of what I'm buying right now are low-end Otanis. Low-end refractors, inserts, things like first editions, things like that. I'm going to show you the stack that I have. But with this value tier being shut down, I have a feeling there's going to be it's a lot more likely that there's going to be a huge influx of raw cards, because a lot of the stuff that I'm looking to buy, people are not going to be paying $80 a piece to grade. And I'm included in that. I'm not either. I'm not going to be dropping $80 a piece to grade $10 Otani cards. So that's just not going to happen. So I expect that there is going to be a surge in raw and good quality raw type of Otani cards that I've been looking for. So to me, that's a major plus. Now, with that said, that may lead to raw prices going up. I really am kind of 50-50 on this. Basic rule of economics, when supply goes way up, prices drop. But on the other hand, if there's no alternative, I'm 50-50 on where prices for raw Otanis are going to go. I guess there's one way to find out. But I am looking forward to the quality of those kind of increasing and then the choices increasing at the same time. So that's my second reason. And number 3 on my list is increased efficiency. So a couple things. Shutting down this value service for an indefinite amount of time, I think it will open back up. But I also think that there will be a price increase. How much that's going to be, I don't know. I doubt that it's going to be $24, $25 like it has been. I know they've already raised prices some recently, actually. I just don't see them coming back at the same price. I expect some sort of an increase. But with increased efficiency, shutting this down really makes people kind of do a double take on the types of things that they're going to be sending in. You know, like I said, there's going to be a huge increase in raw cards that are going to hit the market, in my opinion. And especially if we see like a $5 increase, if value starts at like $30 a card, it kind of forces you to be more efficient because you don't want to send off, you don't want to send off. I may still be sending $10 to $15 cards in if it's $30 or $35, if I think they're gonna be 10s. If I think there's any chance of them being 9s, it doesn't make a lot of sense. If they come back, and I have no insider knowledge obviously, but if they come back at $35 value grading, and if I'm gonna be sending in $10 Otanis, and I've got 45, 50 bucks into them, I got to be pretty sure that they're going to get 10s, because a lot of the 9s of cards that I'm looking to send in, they're in that $40 to $60 range. But 10s are $100, $150, $200. So like if I think it's got a good chance to 10, I'll send it. If not, it's just no longer worth doing. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he shared a really good idea with me. And this is something I actually ordered one of these last night already. He was saying that when he is saving up cards to be sent in for grading, I think this is really applicable now when we know it's going to be shut down for at least a few months. He puts cards in card savers, and then he bought a card saver binder to keep those cards in. There's like 4 cards per page, and it's kind of a good way to be able to keep tabs on your grading pile, so to speak. So you can kind of keep track of, these are the types of things that once they do reopen up, these are the types of things that I'm going to send in. You got them in card savers already, you've already reviewed them, and it's just a matter of you just take them out of there, package them up, and send them either directly to PSA or to a group subber. I think it's a great idea. Again, I ordered one. I'm absolutely going to do that. And once I get that in, I'll kind of show you what I'm doing with those also. I think it's great. The idea is that over time, I want to kind of fill one of those up, but it's really not going to be a rush. This does make me even more excited for the National though, because I do think there's going to be a lot more raw Ohtani cards that I'm looking for there. And so I'm going to be really on the lookout for those. So with that said, one interesting piece before I move on, I'm going to show you the things that I've been buying. I'm going to go through that stack. I promised that I would. Also, I always forget. If you haven't already, if you consider subscribing to the channel, that would be awesome. Appreciate it. I look at these gem rate numbers and I see how many Pokemon cards have been graded. And I see how much people are paying for a lot of these Pokemon cards. I feel like I've seen this story before during COVID times with sports cards. It's just really interesting that it seems like roles have kind of been reversed. During COVID, you just couldn't find really good retail sports cards. Now you can't find retail Pokemon hardly ever, and the prices are just way up. I know a lot of people challenge it, and they say that the market's just going to remain strong forever, but what goes up must come down, and maybe the low pop stuff stays, but this high pop stuff, oof. Put it this way, it's not stuff that I'm going to be buying. It's not for me. With that said, let me show you the stuff that's been coming in lately. I'll show you a bunch of the raw cards that I've reviewed, kind of give you some feedback on that as far as what these cards look like. And then I'll also show you a couple of slabs, and then we'll call it a day. Sometimes we think as collectors that we've kind of found a glitch in the matrix, and I think I've actually kind of found one. And I've picked up a whole bunch of these. I don't mind sharing this with you because I have a whole bunch of them at this point. So, in my opinion, the first edition Ohtanis from a few years back, this one is 2023, I believe. They made these first editions for just a couple of years. And I looked at the population report, and they are extremely low pop. I think they're like pop 11 in a 10. And so I bought a bunch of these raw. As you can see, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6, there's 7. In my opinion, these are all 8s and 9s. They all have like little surface issues, maybe a roller mark here and there, maybe like little surface dimples, things like that. But, you know, talk about being more efficient. Like, I don't really want to slab them if I think there's a chance that they're going to be an 8 if they become like a $30 to $40 card, especially if that price goes up. But I've been buying first edition Otanis. I really like the card. I'm going to hang on to those anyway, even though I don't think that I'll send those in from grading. I mean, 9's not a bad grade, but, you know, value-wise, if the value of them is, if they're like a $30 card and it costs $30 to grade, it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And so I did find a graded copy here as well. So I bought it. I think I paid $90-some for this copy. They're rare in 10, man. They're like pop 11. I really like this card. You know, so I bought one, and I ended up deciding that the only thing better than owning one first edition Otani was to own 2. And so there were 2 on eBay of the 11, and I bought them both. The other one I paid more, I don't remember, 120-ish. I'm bad at remembering those things sometimes. But there's, again, they're pop 11, and I own 2 of them. I just couldn't pass. I just thought that, you know, for an average of around $100 a piece in 10s, that's an absolute yes. I think the image is kind of cool. And, you know, they make a lot of base cards. They made far, far fewer first editions. I was talking with a buddy about that. We were estimating like 2,500 or maybe 3,500 of each first edition card versus hundreds and hundreds of thousands of base. I don't know, to me it just seemed like a buy. I bought a few of these also. Let me look at the year. These are, sorry, the text is really small. I think these are 2022s. Bought a few of these swinging ones also. Again, they got the first edition right there. I'm not going to send any of these in either. Again, probably 8s, maybe 9s. So either the quality, I think it's a quality control issue from those particular years, because I seriously doubt that those cards have been heavily cherry-picked, given that they're not valuable cards. All these raw ones that I'm showing you, I mean, I paid for anywhere from like $3 to like maybe $10 each. That's it. So it's hard to believe they've all been cherry-picked, but maybe. This came with one of those. This is the Minnesota Meetup. Again, first edition here. Pretty OC though, so I won't bother with that one either. I've been buying these Night Terror Otanis. I have a couple of them that have come in. One of them's definitely gradable. This one I didn't think was quite as good. Again, it's in that 8-9 range. The other one's got a chance at a 10. And these cards are pretty cheap. You know, I think I picked up one of these at the card show too. I mean, they're not very expensive. They're, I don't know, in $10, $20 range. I just kind of think they're cool. So I'm looking to buy stuff like this also. This was a throw-in. This is just the base tops. So I just threw one of those in. And then I just got 2 slabs as we close things out here. One is a 2024 Donruss Optic LeBron Red and Gold International. This is a super, super low pop card. I think it's, I should have researched it in advance. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's single digits, maybe a low double digit pop. It's a tough one in a 10. I like it because it's a color match for the Lakers, but it also, it doesn't show up quite as good in this picture, but I remember it being a little bit kind of like his Cavs jersey color also. It's number 99 on the back. Somewhere around 100, 150 bucks. I don't remember exactly what I paid. I picked that up. And then this one to me is, this next one I paid about 400 bucks, but I think this is a super, super sneaky card. It's a 2023 Topps Chrome LeBron Gold refractor. I get it. 2023 is unlicensed Topps Chrome. I like this card for two similar reasons to liking my Wimby Gold from this year. The image. You can't really tell it's unlicensed. And the pedigree, man. I mean, this is the LeBron James Gold Refractor. Topps Chrome card. If people are working on the run of these, they're going to need this card. I want to say there's been like 20 of them graded or so. But, you know, as we know, these are numbered to 50. There's not a lot of them. Paid $400. The seller was even kind of reluctant to let it go. He's kind of like, I know this is going to be a more expensive card in the future, but, you know, I'm going to go ahead and sell it. I go, well, it's a cool card. It's Wemby's rookie year. I think it's a sneaky one. So that's everything I've been buying lately. Like I said, out of all the raw cards that I've bought, I've probably bought about 20 or so recently. I only had 3 that I think had a chance to gem, and that's been it. But you know what I'm gonna do with these Ohtani's first editions and stuff? I'm gonna put them in a box and I'm gonna leave them there, forget about them, and years from now I'm gonna be like, man, oh, these are worth how much now? Great. Or maybe not. We'll see. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, let me know what types of stuff you're picking up, and I'll catch you in the next one.